So, Cook extensions have now stalled, which I don't know how surprised people really are by the news. I said when it first initially came out that he was going to hold out, which I guess turned out to be not true. I kind of thought this would be a difficult contract to do anyway, strictly because Cook does look like a top, five, top three kind of back when he is on the field, but on the field being the key. And, in the league anyway, it's not, I don't think anyone's going to question his talent. And I think the injuries were enough to scare Minnesota from saying, okay, no, we like you, we would like to keep you. But at the same time, we have to protect ourselves a little bit because you have not been healthy very often. You kind of just have the one season of production, although we've seen him before, and it's like, if you could stay healthy. Or I guess in 2018, it was almost like he still had the hamstring, but at the same time, it was almost like, Flip, you could have used him a little more. But I think the injury scared him enough to say you weren't top 2 or 3 running back money, like in terms of paid and being well compensated. I didn't think they deemed him worthy of that, but were willing to come around the ballpark of somewhere basically from top 7 to top 5. And I don't think he wanted that. I think he wanted that top dollar. And I think the Vikings were wise not to do that. And I also think it would be hard for him to get much over 13 a year. I'll try to put the video that I did initially where I kind of went through a lot of contract stuff initially with all of this, kind of like trying to determine a value of Dalvin Cook. And I think that was right after Derrick Henry's extension, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'll try to put that at the end of this video. And so if he wanted to have that $14 to $16 million a year kind of contract, I thought he had to play out the rookie deal, show that he has, he can stay healthy again, produce at the level that we know he can do, and then we will go on from there. I kind of thought that's how that would work, and it appears Minnesota was on a similar wavelength there. And there were a lot of reports that came with this that said franchise tag looming, which is a good tool to prevent players from, kind of getting into bidding wars and preventing them from talking to other teams and things like that. And as for a player that's as critical to Minnesota's success as Dalvin Cook has been over the last, season and a half, I would say, that would be good for them. However, franchise tags are always a tricky deal, and sometimes players view them as kind of an insulting kind of gesture. So I think it would depend on how Dalvin interprets that from his point of view. I don't know him personally, so I can't tell you how that would work out. But I have also seen a lot of the talks can pick up at any time sort of thing. So it seems like they're closed, but that door is still kind of an open policy, I think. And signing him before next offseason would be really, really ideal. And if you are wondering why, I will go through a quick list here. We have Alvin Kamara, Leonard Fournette, Joe Mixon, Chris Carson, Todd Gurley, Kenyon Drake, Matt Breida, Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones, and even Tevin Coleman, who are all kind of, big name guys. They're all unrestricted free agents. And then you also have Phillip Lindsay in the restricted free agent market. So the idea of a Cook deal before all of that went down would be, you kind of need that. And with that franchise tag, if they are thinking of playing around with it, I am not entirely sure how, because I know the salary cap is going to be different next year. I don't think there's any confirmations on how different, because I think it is based off of revenue from the season before. So I don't think we'll really know until, later. But Henry's tag this past season when he signed it was just under 10.3. It was like 10.278, I think. So keep that in mind that it should be relatively around that ballpark, even if it is, subtracted in the salary cap. I think overall that's roughly where it's going to be, probably give or take $2 or $3 million off of that. And, if it is to go down significantly. But so keep that in mind. So yeah, I would like to know your guys' comments down below. Like and subscribe, always helpful for the YouTube stuff. And until next time, I bid you all adieu.